Hey, oh, wait, there we go. Hey, what's up, guys? TP Wolf here, and welcome to the third game of my casting series. This time it's going to be a Bronze 1 caliber game, so I'm going to go ahead and do a bit more of an analysis, and it's going to be based more on improvement rather than just entertainment. Though I'm hoping it'll help people improve as well as be entertained at the same time. So I'm going to go ahead and I am spectating off of IrRawry, who is playing tryndamere again. Or rather tryndamere this time, but for our second tryndamere game of the night. And we are getting into the game now. I'm going to go ahead and see if we can load up champ select, or not champ select, but load screen. Come on, game. There we go. And so, it does look like we are going to have a Blitzcrank Ashe lane bot against a Twitch Soraka. I'm going to go ahead and give the red team's bot lane a bit of a lead here because Blitzcrank is really good against Soraka lanes. Even if Ashe doesn't quite do as much damage as Twitch in full optimal mode, I do believe that they can get a good catch on either of these champions and likely get a kill, especially if it's post 6. Oh wait, it might not be Twitch actually. It looks like there's a Caitlyn as well. So it might be like a Twitch top lane or something. I'm going to go ahead and go with that, since Caitlyn is a lot less likely to go on lanes than Twitch is, but I could be wrong. And so let's assume it's Caitlyn Soraka. That's actually a bit of a better lane than Twitch Soraka, because Caitlyn has a bit of zoning potential. Her long range allows her to... Wait, what? They don't have a jungler. Huh. Well, this is Bronze 1, folks. So I don't even know who's going bot, to be honest. Not for blue team anyway. I'm fairly confident in red team having Blitzcrank and Ashe going bot. But let's go ahead and just ignore that for now then. I don't know where Twitch and or Caitlyn are going, so I'll go ahead and do the rest of the lanes. It looks like it's probably going to be Lux versus Mordekaiser in mid lane. Whereas it's a bit of a hard lane to really to speak about beforehand, because they both have the strengths. If Mordekaiser can get close to Lux enough to harass her without her shield being up, he can do a lot of damage, especially if he gets in like melee range. But she does have long range spells, and so she is able to prevent that from happening. It really is just time will tell, and the champions are invisible. That's great. I'm going to go ahead and relaunch the game real quick. I do apologize for this. Give me one moment. Reconnect. League of Legends for the win. Gotta love all these tech issues. Anyways, she does have options to prevent that from happening and prevent him from getting close to her and getting kill on her, or getting his damage in. There we go. Now the champions are visible. And looks like top lane is going to be Twitch and Malphite versus tryndamere. That's going to be a really tough lane for tryndamere to actually survive in, because they are both pretty good champs at harassing, Twitch and Malphite, as well as they both have Ignite. But it looks like Twitch is not actually going top lane. I lied. So Twitch is doing a smiteless jungle. That's where he's going. Okay. I guess that makes some sense, maybe. I don't know. I don't really visit Bronze very often, so I don't know if this stuff is normal or not, but it looks like it will just be a Ignite heal jungler in the form of a Twitch. And so he's probably going to be looking to do a bit more ganking than actual jungle farming, because I don't really think he's going to survive very well in the jungle, to be honest, because he doesn't have Smite, and the jungle heavily revolves around Smite now, even more than before. Whereas non-Smite junglers have really never been that good in the first place, but it was possible in Season 3 and 4. But with these new jungle changes, it gets a lot harder. But it looks like it's just going to be Malphite versus tryndamere in top lane. Malphite having a slight lead there. He does have a lot of answers to tryndamere, but it's anyone's game, and no one really has like a you win the lane advantage. It's more of just that Malphite has a decent selection of skills to prevent tryndamere from doing much. And so Malphite going to go ahead and tank the Golem for Twitch, it looks like. Whereas blue team's Caitlyn and Soraka are doing red buff? Wait a second, is it... Oh my goodness, this blue team has me extremely confused. Is Twitch going top lane after all? with Malphite? I don't know, folks. I don't know. Let's just see what they do. Looks like Twitch is heading to the top lane. He did not take blue buff. It looks like Malphite took blue buff, and he's also heading top lane. This is some next level stuff. New meta right here. Twitch coming top lane, getting some harass in. Malphite also coming top lane after being fully healed up from that potion. Huh, interesting. Anyways, that I guess my original statement does stand. It is Twitch Malphite top, and tryndamere is going to have a really tough time with that. He is being forced to burn his ghost already because he E'd in on Twitch without knowing that Malphite was there, and it was the top laner as well. Whereas it looks like Lee Sin is going to have a great run at his jungle and the enemy jungle from now on, because he has no one to contest him. Oh wow, looks like the Lux is really low already. Mordekaiser's getting in some good harass. Let me go ahead and arrange these also real quick before I forget. And I guess this is fine since they're both top laners, whatever. So both red team solo laners are getting pretty low, but first blood does go to the Ashe and the Blitzcrank from red team, getting a nice pickoff on Soraka. I just kind of want to know how that happened, so let me go ahead and rewind it a bit and see what exactly transpired. If she got hooked, or if she just went out of position, or what. Stay bot lane. There we go. There we go. I'm going to wager that it's probably a hook. Let's see it. Let's see it. Yep, the hook goes down, and the knock up into the volley, and they do get that kill. Whereas it looks like there was a turret dive. Man, I'm missing everything. In top lane, the Twitch goes deep on this, and it looks like he is going to die as well as the tryndamere, so a 1-for-1 trade. Oh, wow. That was an execute. That was really nice for blue team then. They managed to get out a kill, as well as the tryndamere did not actually get anything from Twitch's death. No experience and no gold, because he died first, as well as didn't get even the kill, because he didn't do damage. That is unfortunate for the tryndamere, because he really could have used that return kill. Lee Sin trying to do his best up top to take care of the Malphite. Does force the flash, and burns his sight for some reason. Huh, interesting. Looks like the Ignite went down from Mordekaiser onto Lux, but could not quite finish her off. It was a good attempt, though, because she is really low. But that shield probably saved her. Oh, and he barely missed her on the recall. Lee Sin getting a good Q in, and there's so many executes in this game. Mordekaiser going to Wolves and executing himself. Not sure whether it was intentional or not, or if he just tried to take them and died to it. But so far, top lane is going as somewhat as expected. Oh, nice hook onto the Soraka. She might actually go down here. The Ignite is popped from Blitzcrank or Ashe. From Ashe, actually, not Blitzcrank. Blitzcrank gets the heal. But they aren't quite able to get the kill, just barely surviving that. tryndamere goes in, the Lee Sin is here to follow up, and the Q goes down on Twitch, and it looks like they will get the kill this time. tryndamere has Ignite on him, but I don't think it'll actually finish him off. And so he is able to get out safely. And now red team does have a gold lead. Oh, don't go in on Lee Sin. This direct camera is really killing me here. Lee Sin is spending a lot of attention top, but that's to be expected because it is a 2 versus 1 lane. And let's see here. I really don't think this 2 versus 1 lane is going to pay off for blue team. For one, they don't have smite for objectives like Dragon and Baron. And for two, they have to split farm, whereas Lee Sin gets his own gold source. And so definitely not really quite worth it, even though they are able to somewhat zone tryndamere. Lee Sin just staying top, and it looks like they are going to conversion this. Lee Sin does miss his Q, but it doesn't really matter because Lee Sin is probably going to die here because tryndamere eat out. Being forced to burn his flash, actually. A very close call still. That was unfortunate. If Lee Sin had hit his Q and tryndamere eat in, they might have been able to get the kill on Twitch, actually, but it was not meant to be. They also didn't really seem to have that much coordination there because Lee Sin went in as tryndamere got out. I wish we were able to zoom out in this game a bit as spectators. A good shield blocking most of the damage from Mordekaiser's harass. And let's see here. The farm could be a bit better from pretty much everyone in the game. Currently Caitlyn having the most farm, 33 at 7 minutes. That's really something that most bronze players will want to work on is their farming. Farming is probably one of the most important skills in the game because you can't rely on getting kills every game. Like, it's not really possible to rely on every single game killing your equal skill opponents over and over again. And so you're going to want to work on farming to get pretty much more gold to scale into the teamfight phase, because if you farm better than your opponent, you're going to be more useful than them, so even if you don't get the kills, it'll work out. But it looks like Mordekaiser is going all in on the Lee Sin. He does burn his Ignite and his ult, and does get the kill. You're probably, just a note, if you are a level 5, and you're facing a level 7 Mordekaiser, you probably not want to go, you're not going to want to go in on him, really. Even as equal level, a 1 versus Mordekaiser is pretty hard to do, because he has a lot of sustain and a lot of damage. But a good kill from Mordekaiser, and a very nice hook from the Blitzcrank going in Soraka. They do get the kill, Ashe burning her ult in exchange for it. A good pick-off. This Blitz is getting pretty good hooks in this game on Soraka. That is the second one that has caused her death. Ouch! That flash would not have saved her anyway if that hook had hit. But she does flash after it missed anyway. That's unfortunate for her. And this really is about reaction timing. I mean, flashing there is fine, but you're going to want to do it a bit faster if you do it at all. Because it did look like the hook was going to hit her, but it wouldn't have actually done anything if it had hit her, because she just did it a bit too late. It looks like Ashe has her BF sword, and Caitlyn has not bought yet. Let's see how much gold she's sitting on. 1,800. Okay. So also another thing, if you have 1,800 gold in the bank and your opponent has a BF sword and they've already backed and bought, you're gonna want to go ahead and back off. Real quick, it looks like there is a gank coming in on Mordekaiser. Lee Sin does hit the Q, and it looks like Mordekaiser is going to fall to the Lee Sin and Lux. That was a good pick off from Red Team once again. But as I was saying, you're gonna want to back a bit sooner than that. Though she did just back, so I guess that's not really too true if she was just dealing with a large wave right after she got 15 and 50. But you're definitely not going to want to actually like do any trades or fights or anything like that if you do have just a Doran's Blade versus a BF sword. Anyways, okay, she is coming back to lane with her BF sword now though, so it's pretty equal bot lane. The farm is equal, the items are equal, though Ashe does have a gold lead. She's just banking a bit more, and she's probably going to look to back pretty soon, but it's not really that imperative at the moment. Top turret getting pretty dangerously low. The tryndamere is not really able to do anything about it because of it being 2v1, and so he's not able to actually all-in anything, even though he is above level 6. So that's very unfortunate, but he's doing a good job at just farming up. Because he actually is equal to Malphite's CS. Obviously the 2v1 lane does have more CS than him overall, but he is doing pretty well for himself, considering that he doesn't really need to equal their overall CS when Lee Sin is also having a gold source in the jungle. Speaking of Lee Sin, he does come in for the gank on the Twitch, though it does not look like it's going to work out since tryndamere was running away from Malphite and Twitch after taking a significant amount of damage. Though bot lane there is also another skirmish where Blitz does hook the Caitlyn, and they do get a kill on her because she nets out the wrong way, as well as doesn't have her flash to escape with. And if she hadn't wasted her flash earlier, by the way, when Blitz tried to hook her, then she would have been able to flash out there and have been fine. But since she did waste that flash, she did end up dying there. And it looks like the gold lead really is not that significant, surprisingly. even though we do see a lot of red team pickoffs, and the attempt goes out to hook Soraka, but I don't really think they would have been able to do too much there. They're just a bit too low and don't have enough damage yet. But yeah, even though we see a lot of red team pickoffs, they just don't quite have a huge gold lead. It's only 1,000 at the moment. And it's likely because Mordekaiser is doing a pretty good job mid versus Lux, having a kill up on her, as well as having more farm than her. Oh, and the ult does come out from Caitlyn, and that was definitely a wasted flash. That was a panic flash. If you do flash when you're being ulted by okay, one sec. It looks like Lee Sin does come top to try to get a kill on Twitch, but he misses his Q, and it might cost him, but he does end up getting the kill anyway. Okay. So good job from Lee Sin. Cutting it pretty close, but still able to pick up the kill. But yeah, if you're being ulted by Caitlyn, if you will use a flash, it should be to get behind someone, and only in like it should be like a last resort, since it usually can be pretty, I don't know, it's kind of a long shot to actually get an accurate flash behind someone who can block it. But if you can do it, then that's the one reason you should do it. But Ashe just flashed like backwards near the tower, and so the ult just killed her anyway. And hopefully she won't need that flash in the next 5 minutes, or else she's going to be regretting that flash very heavily. But that kill did help even up the gold lead even still. Only 700 gold up now with a 3-kill advantage. Oh, okay, so blue team has a turret from top lane though. I guess that's why it's so close. Okay. Let's see here. The Lee Sin is landing a nice Q on the Mordekaiser, but I think that was a bit of a mistake. Unless he... Okay, he does manage to pick it up, though Lux does get a return kill on him. So overall, that was worth it for the red team. I feel like it... Oh, the Malphite comes in to try to get the kill on Lux, though, but does not do enough damage since he did build Sunfire instead of any AP items. But overall, that was definitely worth it for red team. I feel like they could have probably gotten the kill on him without Lee Sin dying if the Lee Sin had waited for the Lux to like Q Mordekaiser, or if Lux had like ulted him or something. But still, it was nicely done. They did get the 450 gold, whereas Mordekaiser only got 300. The teleport coming in from Mordekaiser to get back to mid lane. I'm not really sure I agree with that. I think it was a bit of a waste, since Malphite was there covering the lane, but to each his own. And he also picked up a Liandry's Torment first. That's another interesting choice. I personally would rather have seen like a, I guess even a Woda rather than Liandry's, since his spells don't actually slow except for his ultimate, but it's not too horrible, I suppose. I would say a Haunting Guise is better than Liandry's. Like maybe get a Haunting Guise and a Hextech, rather than actually finish the Liandry so soon. Because Haunting Guise gives him the Magic Pen as well as the small AP and health boost. But Liandry's doesn't give him too much extra except for the passive, which he doesn't quite need this early in the game. And it's better to invest that gold into other items. But he is still ahead in that regard versus Lux, who only has a Fiendish Codex and her Chalice. Oh, well, as well as the Doran's Ring and Boots, but... Oh, there is action bot lane. Looks like Ashe does use her ultimate on Soraka, and they get the kill, but Caitlyn does manage to get the kill on Ashe in return. And overall, both AD carries getting a kill, though if Caitlyn can just stay and farm, that would definitely be worth it for the blue team. Because... Oh, but Lee Sin is coming in, and he does go ahead and just ult in on her, and he does get the kill on her. Okay, he dives her successfully. That could have been a bit sketchy, but he makes it work. So good job, Lee Sin. Trying to make something happen on the Twitch, but couldn't quite do it. Oh, the Malphite ult comes down on Lux, and the Mordekaiser ults her, and will they manage to get this kill? They just might do it. He just needs one more E, and he gets the kill, and he's likely going to survive. Yes, he will. Soraka ult coming in. While it wasn't quite necessary, it was a good insurance buffer. I'm surprised we haven't seen any teams group from Dragon so far. They're having pretty prime moments where they can. Though the gold lead is completely evened up now, I might add. But it seems kind of strange since it's still just a 3-kill advantage, and blue team has 2 towers to red team 0, but I suppose whatever works. It's likely because of the assist gold. Yeah, it looks like blue team only has 5 assists, whereas red team has an assist on every member at least, and a total of 8. Oh, so that likely contributes, since any kill with an assist on it gets you an extra 50% gold overall. And looks like Malphite has taken the role of the jungler now, leaving Twitch top to face Tryndamere. A bit of a strange decision, since I don't think Twitch can really do anything versus Tryndamere really in the long run. Let's see if it proves me wrong. Tryndamere going all in on the Twitch and getting a pretty good trade in. They actually both come out pretty equal in this, though Twitch is getting the farming lead here. Mainly because he's ranged and Tryndamere isn't able to do anything right now because his stuff is down. Lee Sin coming in, it looks like the Ashel does connect with the Soraka. Lee kicks her back into his team and they do pick up a free kill on the Soraka. And they're trying to go for the Caitlyn. Looks like Lux is going to try to bind her, and it hits even as Blitzcrank hooks her. Very nice job from Red Team picking up 2 kills, but the return kill is going in on Lee Sin in mid lane, and they do get the Tryndamere Ghost. And he's not pushing with it. He is instead, I guess, contesting Dragon. I don't think he's really going to be able to do too much here, though, because it's only a 1v4. Though Lee Sin is alone, and he does get bursted down by the Mordekaiser, though the rest of the team is converging and does get the kill on him in return. The shutdown gold as well as the assists going out, so I really don't think that was worth it. Mordekaiser should have just stayed mid, gotten the turret, and let them get Dragon. Because they're going to get the Dragon anyway, and it looks like they do get mid-turret, but that kill exchange was not necessary or worth it. Yeah, the red team gets the Dragon. Pretty nice pickup, helps them out with their team fight ability now. And because they're going to look to group up pretty soon for pushing and team fighting, so... However, the team that has the Dragon advantage is going to be pretty well off in that regard. Especially because the blue team has no dragons, whereas red team has the one that gives them more attack and AP, so... Pretty decent overall, gives them a total of just 30% extra damage. Not like overall, but instead of being like 500% damage, it'd be 530% damage. Well, I guess that we can just say it ramps up their damage in a team fight as a team by 6%. The Ashel coming in on the Caitlyn, but it does not matter because the blue team does get the bot turret. And Lee Sin coming in and missing his Q on Mordekaiser, getting ulted in return. It does not look like they're going to be able to do anything against Mordekaiser, but Lee Sin does hit his Q this time. And does he have his ultimate? It looks like he did not, but it did not matter. A nice pickup on the Mordekaiser by Lee Sin and Blitzcrank, with Lux helping them out a bit at the end. And it looks like they're going to try to push down this mid turret. Yeah, all 5 converging mid, whereas the 4 members of blue team are coming mid as well to try to defend. But it does not look like they're grouped up well enough, and it looks like Blitzcrank getting the hook in on Malphite, bringing him really low. Lee Sin queuing in, and they do pick up the kill, but Twitch comes in from behind, gets them all extremely low, and they managed to pick up several kills. Actually, they only managed to pick up 2 kills, whereas blue team gets an extra 3 kills. That did not work out in their favor at all. Oh, wow. So red team did not get the turret, but they did pick up a few more kills. It looks like it was a total of a 4 for 2 in the end. And still no team has a gold lead, though, because of all of blue team's turrets canceling out the kills for red team. So red team really needs to group up or split push or do something to get these turrets down in order to get the gold lead. Because they're really going to want a gold lead in facing this team. Let's see here. There comes the here's the Will the Ancients pickup from Mordekaiser. A pretty safe option. He's going to probably look for a Rylai's or a Death Cap next, most likely. Deathcap for obviously just the pure damage, and Rylai's for both the synergy with the Leandries as well as just him being able to slow opponents with and all of his abilities is really nice as well. And it gives him a bit more survivability. It's actually a really strong item in Mordekaiser. Red team gonna speed boost. And there we go. We do see the mid turret is going to fall for blue team. And so red team picking up a bit of a gold lead here. And they might actually get the second tier turret. Oh, a nice hook of onto the Soraka that would... Oh, they do get the kill because Lee Sin goes in on it, but they return kill going to Caitlyn on Lee Sin, going a bit too hard there for just the support. But they do get the turret, as well as top lane, blue team gets another turret. So pretty much exchanging T2 turrets. They are going to back before they manage to get the inhibitor turret, but they are trying for it. It looks like Caitlyn must have stalled them a bit. So they're going to get some pretty good damage here. They might actually get this. Yeah, it looks like this turret is going to fall, and they might have enough time to even get out of here. Okay, Malphite's definitely dead. But if Twitch actually ran... Oh, wow. They do get the kill on Tryndamere. It looks like they're both going to get out and get a kill here. That is really unfortunate for the red team. If they had gotten there a bit faster, all four of them, that would not have happened. Okay, they do get the kill on Twitch because he stayed too long, but... Overall, that was a really nice play by blue team. Getting the inhibitor turret and leaving an exposed inhibitor as well as getting that kill on Tryndamere. That was definitely more than I thought they would get. If Caitlyn did deny them their backs, that was pretty impressive. Because I saw that they were all in this area, but they ended up backing in this area. So well played by blue team. Red team still does have a bit of a gold lead. However, if they can group top and get the inhibitor, getting the first inhibitor of the game is pretty huge. Because it requires some attention to be paid top lane if it ever gets pushed in, so... Lee Sin does go in on this, and damages Malphite a bit, also taking a bit of damage himself. It looks like he's probably going to try to dive this if he can hit a Q. He does flash Q, and he does get the kill on Malphite. A good dive by Lee Sin. And they will get this turret in exchange. Actually, will they get this turret? Soraka is here, and he doesn't have any minions left. Okay, so he's going to have to back out. That is unfortunate for him. Does he have a... Yeah, he has a Rapid Hydra, so he can probably just go heal up and come back. Oh, a nice kill on Mordekaiser. Let's go ahead and see what happened there real quick. Okay, so Mordekaiser is a bit out of position here. In between three members of red team, and so Ashe comes in with the volley, going to go ahead and just get him down. Burning Flash to catch up with him to where Blitzcrank pulled him, but overall, whatever, they got the kill. A bit of an unnecessary flash, but it's okay. Blitz probably also didn't need to pull him when he was already pretty much dead. Though I guess he did it to prevent him from bursting down Ashe. I need to drink water. Okay, actually, looks like they pick up a kill on Lee Sin top lane with Twitch and Soraka. Good job on that end, and someone is going to have to respond to top lane, or else Twitch might just push it down into inhibitor. Okay, then I'm gonna drink water quick. There we go. Okay, so Dragon is now up, and I would say red team should probably group for this rather than just going mid with all five of them up. Because they could definitely really use that. Blue team still does not have their first Dragon, and having a second Dragon would really help with pushing, since it is the pushing aspect Dragon. Although their jungler is top lane, so they might want to be careful about this. Because there is all five members of blue team in this area, whereas Tryndamere is in top river and Lee Sin is just going top. And so only three members of red team are even near Dragon. But they are starting anyway. It looks like blue team does have vision of this, and red team is trying to meet their bottom lane here for Dragon. But all five members of blue team are here, and they're just going to take Dragon themselves. Because even without Smite, they don't need Smite. Lee Sin isn't there. And they do pick off the Twitch. Okay, so blue team does get the dragon. Twitch being a bit out of position there. So red team is able to get a kill on him, but still overall worth it for blue team. Oh, and a fight does happen. Looks like Mordekaiser gets the kill on Lux. This is I can't even tell who's going to win at this point. It looks like overall it's just again Ashe versus Caitlyn now, and they do pick up the 4-4-5 exchange. That was kind of a bit of a spontaneous team fight. It ended up being pretty much a 5v4 though, because of Twitch getting picked off. If Twitch hadn't been caught out of position, I do think that they would have won that team fight. But that was a really hectic team fight. It looks like pretty much they just burned everything. Though Mordekaiser still have his ult up. And Twitch does get the return kill on the Ashe though, using his invisibility to get close to her before just cleaning her up. And so the double ace goes out. Well, not a true double ace, but they aced the red team ace blue with team, and then the blue team ace red team. So it's like a half double ace. Whereas they didn't all die at the same time, it was pretty close. And Twitch is getting a bit ambitious here, but going back to just farming more minions, that works. Trim does take on Mordekaiser, and I think that Mordekaiser would win this exchange. Though without any minions nearby, it's a close call. Tryndamere is taken pretty low though from just the ignite and the E. And yeah, it looks like Mordekaiser is actually going for the death cap as his third item. Pretty nice choice. He'll probably finish the Sork boots though pretty soon, because the magic pen is really strong on him. Also, a very strange choice. Tryndamere is picking up the blue buff, I guess. Okay, no ashes. Okay, nice. That would have been a bit of a faulty move there, because Tryndamere really does not need blue. Whereas Ashe actually does have spammable abilities, though it's best on Lux, who does pick up a kill on Soraka. Probably a nice hook again from Blitzcrank. But it is best on Lux, because she is the mage of the team, and she does use her abilities more than everyone else, but it's not bad on Ashe. Blitzcrank does miss the hook, because he did not try to go for Mordekaiser. 2 being sent top lane to deal with Malphite. Flash going in from Lee Sin, and Malphite flashes in response, but they are going to go ahead and catch up to him. It looks like the Lee Sin he kicks him towards the wall, and Malphite takes that opportunity to just ult back over that wall too. And so well played by Malphite. Lee Sin burns his ult, and he burns his ult in return, but overall nothing really. It was pretty much neutralized. They had a kill on Malphite, and they kind of wasted it. Looks like Blitz picks up a kill on the Twitch, but the Malphite does run to return to his teammates, and they pick up the kill on the Ashe. They might get this Blitzcrank as well, but he lives just barely with a sliver of health. Yeah, he has 45 health right now, but they do get the kill on the Lux, so a 2-for-1 exchange. Not too bad. Oh, the Mordekaiser is fighting Lee Sin, and Lee Sin does get the kill, so it's a 3-for-2 in the end instead of 2-for-1. A good pickup from the Lee Sin. And strangely enough, they're going to try to tank this. And Malphite's doing a pretty good job of tanking it, actually. I didn't realize that was possible with the new turret. The Blitzcrank lands a great hook on the Soraka, and they do take her down. So that push is stopped. And the top inhibitor is up now, so they actually have a chance of grouping it now and doing something. Let's see, Dragon's up in 2 minutes. Okay, so the next, the team that gets Dragon is going to have a pretty good advantage here, since if they can manage to score some kills on the team, then they'll be able to push down turrets and inhibitors extremely fast. Let's see if they actually group up for anything, though. Blue team's turrets for their inhibitors seem really healthy. Though red, I guess this turret isn't really that damaged, but overall, I think blue team is kind of in the lead here, even though red team is more gold, just based on their position. Though Lee Sin is picking up a free kill on the Twitch. Oh, or not. Twitch might actually escape. And he does go the correct way in order to escape from Lee Sin, and is able to recall in the bush, whereas Lee Sin is just confused as to where he went. So well played by Twitch to save me, but Malphite lands a great 3-man ultimate, and it looks like Mordekaiser's coming in. He's going to try to get a kill on the Lux, gets the kill, and uses the Lux Ghost to help him out with killing Tryndamere. And we will see Tryndamere fall here most likely, unless he lands a really good escape, but nope, he does fall to the Mordekaiser, and now they are going to look to push mid with this Ghost, as well as with all these minions. So blue team is in a really good position to take this mid inhibitor. Blitz and Ashe are at extremely low health, and they can't really even do anything here. Like, they would get one shot by Mordekaiser, pretty much. And Caitlyn ult is still up. So mid inhibitor is taken down, and they're going to rotate to top inhib, it looks like. Oh, but Lee Sin coming in, picking up a good kill on Soraka, making Mordekaiser extremely low. The Blitz carrying does get the kill on the Caitlyn, and so they are not able to rotate to take the inhibitor. Instead, 3 of their 4 members die, with Mordekaiser having almost no health left at the end. So that was a nice return from red team. They did not let them take the top inhibitor and got some free kills out of it. Okay, let's see here. I'm going to try to get up to live real quick. And nothing happened between now and then. Sweet. Okay, I guess Mordekaiser died, but whatever. That's still alive. The dragon is up now, though. And so some... Oh, but also looks like Baron's up, obviously, because nobody's taking yet. But they are looking to get the kills on the Caitlyn and the Blitzcrank... Or, yeah, Caitlyn, Ashe and Blitzcrank, sorry. In the mid lane, they do manage to get it, with the Caitlyn coming down in Blitz, but he is too tanky for that. So it is now a 4v4, but Mordekaiser coming up momentarily, and they should be trying to go for Dragon at the moment with the Tryndamere top, and Mordekaiser could have gone and stopped him, but they are going for the Baron, which is significantly more risky of a play since Lee Sin and Tryndamere are nearby. I think they're probably... they should be able to stop this. But they're not doing anything. Oh yeah, these guys also don't have a smite. Lee Sin really needs to get in there and go in, and he is able to pick up the Baron with the smite. That is why you need a smite jungler, folks. 2 top laners does not cut it. Though they do pick up the kill on Tryndamere, it is definitely not worth it for blue team. Malphite and Soraka both falling. Looks like Caitlyn will not be next because they do get the kill on the Tryndamere and Lee Sin, as well as Lux is also going to fall here, most likely. Yes, the Caitlyn ult coming down, and they do get the kill on Lux. So overall, I guess that wasn't too bad for blue team, but if they had a smite there, they would have gotten Baron and those 3 kills instead of just 3 kills. But yeah, you always want to have a smite in your team. Like, even if you want to take smite top for that matter. Like, smite can be used in lane now, like, at least to some extent, with the new jungle items. But you never want to not have a smite. I don't know why they're pinging mid. It's not like they're gonna be able to push that. Looks like Caitlyn's gonna try to rotate bot lane and take the turret, and everyone else is just gonna go ahead and farm. Huh? Interesting. Though Twitch is going to try to pick up a kill on the Ashe, and he might not get it because, oh my goodness, those crits are insane. The Ashe just ults him and crits him twice, and he is dead. Meanwhile, Caitlyn in the bot lane does get the kill on the turret. Pretty nice pickup. Still down in gold, but the gold lead is only 3k still, and that's almost nothing when we're talking about this much gold. And at this point, it's pretty much the first team that successfully groups up as 5 is probably going to win the game. But everyone is kind of like just off farming side lanes and jungle, and they haven't really grouped yet very well. If red team was all mid right now, I think they would be able to do a lot more with this. Though nobody is middle lane for blue team, so they might actually get this anyway. Even with all 5 members up, this mid inhibitor is going to go down because of the Baron pushing power, as well as this bot outer or inner turret. I mean, Ashe is probably going to not die here because of that flash. Okay. Oh, she does die to the Caitlyn ult in the end. But Soraka dies as well, and it looks like this Mordekaiser's next. Mordekaiser does fall. They are going to get this middle inhibitor. And blue team isn't really in a good position to defend this. They might actually end the game here. I think red team has a very strong chance if they just keep going to actually end. because it's 40 seconds on Mordekaiser, 25 on Soraka, and they do catch the Ashe out of position. There is only Tryndamere and Blitzcrank left, but if Blitzcrank gets this hook, and then Tryndamere follow up, Tryndamere follow up. Okay, the Tryndamere does not follow up. I guess he was a bit scared of the turrets, but they do still have the Baron pushing power going in on these Nexus turrets, and they are just. That was a bit of a misplay. I feel like Tryndamere really needs to commit a bit more to these fights, because if he had stayed, he would have killed the Caitlyn after that Blitz hook. Or if he had actually followed up on the first Blitz hook, he probably would have gotten the kill then too, because he has a lot of damage right now. I believe... Okay, he has a decent amount of damage, not a lot. He does not have his IE yet. But wow, Malphite doing a lot of damage to the Ashe for not being an AP Malphite. Just ults onto her and just beats her up and gets the kill. Though it will not work against Tryndamere that way, because he is fairly tanky as well as has a lot of damage. And Malphite's skills are down at the moment, or at least his ult is. But the question is, will Tryndamere be able to get the kill on the Malphite? It looks like no, because Soraka joins him in mid lane, and so he is now safe. Oh, but Blitzcrank comes in and he lands a beautiful hook on the Malphite, and Tryndamere is going to likely be able to pick up the kill, whereas the Lux ult coming in and picking off the Soraka. So 2 kills for none there for red team. And ping's going down all over the place. It looks like everyone except for Tryndamere is going to go for mid lane. I don't think they're going to be able to do anything unless Blitz lands a good hook on Caitlyn, though. Because there are 3 members of blue team alive, and if they had Tryndamere, that'd be a different story. But since Tryndamere went top lane instead of coming mid with them, then they are likely not going to be able to get it unless they make some plays here. The hook going in on the Mordekaiser, however, the Twitch is behind them, picks off the Lux, and is still alive, but is going to fall to the Blitzcrank and the Lee Sin. Though his mission has been accomplished, all the remaining red team members in mid are low, and they do have to back out. Wow, this game is long. Okay, so they do pick up that. They pick up blue team's blue buff on the way out, and it looks like they're going to just back out and heal. Who got that second dragon, by the way? Okay, it looks like it was blue team. If blue team gets a good team fight, they can definitely still come back and just push into the Nexus, but it really just requires a pretty much 5v5 team fight to go in their favor. Or if they get like 2 picks or something like that, or 2 catches without anyone dying on their team. And okay, let's see here. Everyone's just kind of doing their own thing at the moment. The gold is pretty much negligible at the moment. Most of both teams have a decent fair share of items, and so 7k doesn't really mean too much. It looks like the rumors of blue team or not blue team, red team are coming mid. They keep trying to push in the mid lane when they might want to focus on the other lanes instead. Especially because they are not grouping as 5 in mid, they are grouping usually as 3. They are going to try to make a play for the dragon, though. Excuse me. And this could actually work, considering blue team just backed. And so they are evening up the dragon score. Both teams now have 2 dragons. They just take over free, no contesting. Tryndamere really should group up with his team, though. I notice he's going top a lot, and while there is Superman pushing that wave, he doesn't really need to be top at all times. If he was like mid lane or grouped up with this team, they would be a lot more effective in team fights. And they are going to run past the blue team ward. I don't think they realize what that is, as well as what this is, but that's actually visible to them. I don't know why the blue team is. Oh, I don't know why it's pinning that. Tryndamere is this lane pretty pushed out, so it's fairly safe. Oh, they are going to try for a base race. It looks like red team coming in from the jungle into blue team's base, but blue team's inhibitor is respawning within 30 seconds. It looks like the Tryndamere is also coming in to the base with a teleport. Whoa, what? And his J is popped. though it looks like the inhibitor does respawn just in time to save this turret. They are not able to take that turret. It just keeps on beating them up. They have to back to take the inhibitor. They have to get it, or else they are going to all die for nothing. And the inhibitor does stay alive with a sliver of health. A very nice pickup by blue team. It looks like blue team is just going to go ahead and push their way to the Nexus. That troll inhibitor just completely saved the game for them because it let that laser just keep beating up in red team. And it looks like Caitlyn is going to just end the game here. Ashe is not going to be able to back because Malphite is just stopping her from doing it. And that is GG in our first Bronze 1 game. So that was a pretty long game, but it was overall fairly fun. Not really too much to say in terms of analysis. Overall, both teams really just needed to group up a bit more. Like, if they had actually played as a team and grouped up more solidly, then they likely would have been able to win. But overall, the red team's tryndamere was pushing top a bit too much. The Malphite was trying to go for the inhibitor backdoor too much, and they just weren't grouped up. And so it usually ended up being like 3 versus 3 or 3v4 team fights instead of like a 5v5 skirmish where it actually mattered what the result was, and they could actually make like a huge play off of it. But yeah, if you are in bronze yourself, I would recommend trying to take a bit more of like a leadership position if you feel confident doing it, and make the calls that have your team group up, like group up for Dragon, group up for Baron, group up to take turrets, rotate properly, etc., etc. That's really what will get you out of bronze, rather than like individual skill. Though, if you do want to carry out like as a solo player, you're gonna have to be a significant amount better than your enemies, because you're gonna have to farm, you're gonna have to get kills, you're gonna pretty much have to outplay everybody else, and it can be pretty hard to face to solo carry in bronze games, because usually one laner gets fed, and if your laners aren't the ones getting fed and your enemy is, then you're gonna have to pretty much face other fed laners, and your fedness won't matter as much, and it'll just be a bit harder, since usually bronze lanes are not really evened out in the end. They're more of a stomp. And in this case, like, we'll use this game as an example. Like the tryndamere, rather not the tryndamere, the Malphite and tryndamere actually were pretty equal, to be honest. Tryndamere having more farm, but Malphite having more effectiveness and kills. But the Mordekaiser completely destroyed that Lux in effectiveness. Like, he did so much damage. He caused the tryndamere to teleport in pretty much dead. His GA was popped at the end there, and so he had almost no health coming into this fight. And also the Caitlyn and the Ashe were they are somewhat equal, but the Caitlyn was a lot more effective in that regard. So overall, most lanes in bronze are going to be kind of one-sided, and so you're going to want to pretty much inspire team play in your team rather than just trying to like be the best every single game. Especially if you're like actually at least somewhat equal in skill with your opponents. But if you're a good leader and you make the calls that actually get you your team objectives, or get you guys rotations or catches, then that doesn't require you to be extremely good at microing or farming, etc., etc. It will win you the game anyways. But okay, that was pretty much our first bronze game. As I said before, feel free to, if you want your own ranked game spectated live, then feel free to add me, Greater Davy, on NA server, and I will go ahead and spectate your game and provide analysis with it. But if you have any criticisms or feedback or anything like that, please feel free to post in the comments. If you like my content, please feel free to also like and subscribe. I would definitely appreciate it, either of those options. And I hope you guys have a great night. Thank you for watching.